man? This is Chris the Nightmare Gerald, and you're watching Mr. Boxing Today on YouTube.
Boxing fans, what's the deal? Alright, man, so I just decided to do this video about the Washington and Wilder fight, things that I saw in the fight, and I got asked this question today by a subscriber, IMC005, I believe that's the name. And he was basically saying, or he or she were basically saying that watching the fight, they noticed that Deontay Wilder held down Gerald Washington's left arm to clear the way for his right hand. And they're asking me, is that allowed? Well, if you're asking me if holding is allowed and, you know, things like that, well, no, that's not allowed. That's against the rules. Holding, hitting with your elbows, kicking, biting. I mean, we all know what's not allowed, all right? But the way he did it, it was so subtle, a ref really isn't going to call that. And to me, when I really broke it down and I seen the camera angle from up top, what it looked like is when the Wilder hit him with a left hook, and then he came with that little jab and went up to the side and came with the right hand. Washington, when the jab came, it kind of got caught in his arm because he had his arm up like this, so he kind of caught it. So I don't think Wilder probably held it there a second once he seen that opening for the right hand, and he followed through on that right hand. You know, because usually Wilder, he's wild swinging, but on that right hand, he actually followed through. If you watch it from the camera angle above, his hips are like this, and then when he lands the punch all the way through, his hips are facing this way. So he got full. He followed that through with full power. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say that it was a blatant hold, or it's really not nothing that you'll even really notice to that degree. But yes, it did rest there for a second, and bam, he came with the right hand. So it wasn't a blatant, you know, like he came like this to hold him, and then he was trying to punch him. It was just, you know, he landed the hook, and he came with the jab, bam, once he seen the opening, and then he followed through with it. You know what I mean? So it wasn't that bad, but let me go over some other things that I've seen in the fight. Gerald Washington, he was rolling under Deontay Wilder's right hand. I thought he did a good job doing that. Now, a lot of people were saying Deontay Wilder wasn't throwing his right hand, and then when he finally threw it, that's when the fight was over. I don't see it like that. I thought that he was throwing the right hand, but Washington was doing a good job getting out of the way of it. The first time he landed it flush and got some full power behind it, then it caused problems. But no, he was throwing the right hand. And this is how I know that Gerald Washington and his team worked on getting out of the way of the right hand. It wasn't by accident that he was getting out of the way. You could tell they worked on it. There was one right hand that came. Now, the first round, Wilder didn't throw that many, but the ones that he did throw, this is what I noticed. The right hand came, Washington either ducked under and then grabbed, or he ducked under and then he pivoted this way, and I think he actually threw a right hook. When he pivoted out, he came with a hook and a little jab, all right? And then the other time he ducked under, came up with a left hook. You know what I mean? So he was actually doing things, you know what I mean, when he was getting out of the way of right hands. Boom, and then he came in. So that lets me know that they were working on that. Then the other times he would just, you know, have the distance and then he'll just slide away. Or there was another time we kind of slid away and he went down like that. So they were working on getting out of the way of right hands. It wasn't by accident that he was able to get out of the way. Wilder was throwing it, he just couldn't land it. All right, so at least that's what I saw. Gerald Washington, he had confident body language, posture, you know what I mean? He came out, he wasn't going on the back foot, trying to run away. You know, bam, he was right there, trying to land a jab. He was stepping in with it a little bit. He was trying to throw little punches and then, you know, get out the way. He was moving a little bit. You know, he was very confident, you know what I mean? So Wilder had to, you know, step back a little bit and try to figure him out, you know what I mean? So, and he was feinting well too. That's something I said he would have to do in my keys to victory, was kind of, you know, feint Wilder a little bit. Feint him, you know, then throw jabs. Thought he did a good job of that. Wilder, he did a good job of, on the inside, I thought that Washington would be stronger than Wilder because he outweighs him. Has the, you know, history of playing football at USC. So, on the inside, I thought Wilder did a good job of landing little chip shots. Boom, boom, you know, trying to land little shots to kind of rattle Gerald. Those shots aren't going to knock you out, but it does kind of make you uncomfortable. It does rattle you sometimes. Wilder realized that he was being out jabbed in the fight, early, I mean, in my opinion, he was being out jabbed. I thought he was being out feinted and out jabbed to a certain degree. So when he realized that, you could tell Wilder was just throwing jabs. This is Gerald. He was throwing jabs like coming up short just to make Gerald react so he can come with the right hand. So he just started kind of just throwing his jab out there as a decoy for the right hand. And the one that got through, it didn't even land flush. Found his opening, boom. You know what I mean? So I thought Wilder realized he was being out jabbed, but it didn't discourage him from coming forward because Gerald really didn't hurt Deontay in this fight. He landed some good shots, but he really didn't hurt him enough to keep Deontay on the back foot or keep Deontay just grounded. So Deontay was walking forward. He just seemed confident coming forward, going, you know, to rounds 3 and 4. Deontay landed a good body shot in the fight. I thought he should. This is a punch I think he needs to throw more. He hit Gerald right on the target, man. Wilder was kind of, you know, throwing a jab, and I think Washington was expecting a hook up top, and boom, Deontay hit with a nice little body shot in the stomach. You know what I mean? I thought that was a good shot. I thought he could have landed that a little bit more. And then another thing that Gerald did, I think if he was to go back and watch the tape, he would probably notice this himself, is the times that Wilder was against the ropes, Gerald did not do anything, or he didn't do enough. There were sometimes he just kind of feinted him, and then Wilder went off to the side, or went off to that side, and then they got back to boxing. I'm like, man, he should have just been a little bit more aggressive. Just, you know, a little bit more, boom, maybe could have landed something, being that the reason why I'm saying he should attack more when he was on the ropes, because then Wilder doesn't have anywhere to go unless he gets out on this side or he, you know, gets out on this side. But he can't go backwards, you know what I mean? And that's something that Wilder wants, is a little bit of space, you know what I mean? That's why he likes to find that back foot sometime and walk you in the right hands, walk you in the hooks, body shots, you know. So just things that I saw in the fight, man. Now, as far as the stoppage and everything, it did look like the ref was quick to stop the fight. Now, if he would have stopped it when he initially jumped in, I thought that was way too early. Before I get to that, one mistake that I thought Gerald made, just my opinion, is when he got knocked down, he jumped right back up to show he wasn't hurt. And when he got up, he was stumbling around a little bit. I thought Gerald should have boom, and then just took a knee. You know, breathe a little bit. Okay, bam. You know, get up around 7 or 8, clear his head a little bit, walk a little bit. You know, that type of thing. Gerald jumped straight up to show he wasn't hurt, because that's the pride, that's his courage, you know what I mean? So he's jumping up to show I'm not hurt, I'm ready to fight. But I thought he should have took a knee. Now, it's easy to say that he could have done that, you know, but in the heat of the moment, things happen, you know what I mean? So now when Wilder, okay, when he did the count, he jumped up, Wilder came over. I think I counted like 2 left hooks that landed clean, and everything else was kind of hitting the glove. Then the last 2 punches before the ref broke them all the way up, those missed by a mile. But it just seemed like now when the ref jumped in initially, that would have been way too early. When he first kind of jumped in, that was way too early. And then when he kind of went back out, I think that's when Wilder landed a good left hook. A lot of punches were just flying all over the place, not really hitting him. Gerald looked like he was hurt, not out of there, but I'm okay with the stoppage, man. Now, if you want to see him get laid out, go out on his shield, get knocked out cold, then yes, you know, the fight could have went on. If the fight did go on, I wouldn't have been mad at it, you know what I mean? But even after the ref broke them up, from what I saw, okay, from what I saw when the ref broke them, Gerald did walk away, but he walked away stumbling. Then he like stumbled into the ropes. And even the announce crew was like, you know, Gerald, you know, oh, he just hit the ropes. He's kind of dazed and, you know, doesn't have his senses, you know what I mean? But then I thought I read an article days later that the trainer, Pullman, said that he thought the stoppage was cool. You know what I mean? I thought he was hurt enough, man. Even if the ref didn't jump in, even after when Wilder was swinging wild, I think he would have regrouped and landed another big right hand sooner or later and probably stopped Gerald probably in that round. He just didn't look like he really regrouped from that first right hand. I think he was still off. He was still trying to regroup just from that. But just my opinion, I thought the fight, now if the ref would have let the fight go on, that would have been cool too. But I thought the stoppage was all right based on when the ref broke Wilder. Yes, he did miss with 2 wild punches, but when Washington walked away, the camera angle that I seen, he kind of just ran into the ropes and he was kind of out on his feet a little bit. You know what I mean? And from somebody that was in the arena, they said watching it live that when Washington was walking away, he was kind of out of it. And if the ropes wasn't there, he probably would have fell down face first, probably. You know what I mean? But hey, all right, I wanted to add this to the video too. After watching the video, I noticed that I didn't even talk about this. Now, when Gerald was getting out of the way of all the right hands, the right hand that caught him, you know, the jab that got caught right here on him, and then he kind of stood there. All the other right hands, he was rolling under. On this particular right hand, he caught the jab and he just stood straight up. And he was right in line for a right hand. And that's what Wilder was waiting for. Boom, boom. So Gerald not ducking and getting out of the way, it left him straight up. That's something that he didn't want to do, is to be standing right there without moving or ducking down to grab, you know what I mean? Or at least trying to lean back. He was standing straight up. He didn't see the right hand coming, all right? So him getting caught with the jab, caught up like this in his guard, standing straight up, got him hit with the right hand. And another thing that I want to go over is just talking about stuff like, you know what I mean, holding guys for a split second off, you know what I mean, just to see the opening and come with right hands. Even when guys fight on the inside, they do little things that, now, I'm not saying that you're using your elbows like you're fighting with your elbows, but you can kind of use your shoulder and your elbows to kind of position guys certain places where you can come with punches. All right, so you can be working on this side, bang, bang, bang. Then to get the guy over here to land a right hook, you may kind of nudge him a little bit, bang. You know what I mean? You're doing little stuff, so you are using your elbows and your shoulders, which is illegal because you're not. I mean, you're not using it in a way to where it's like blatant like this, but you can use your shoulders and elbows in certain little ways. Boom. You know, nudge them over. Boom. Come with that. Boom. Boom. You know, just work on the inside. Working on the inside. A lot of times Floyd Mayweather was good at getting away with this. Some people thought he should have got deducted points. But when you kind of use the forearm like this, come over the top like that, or bang like that, you know what I mean? Not coming out trying to fight somebody like this, but it may just be a little fast, boom, 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 you know, boom, hit them like that. So little things like that happen, man. As long as it's not blatant and you're not, you know, fighting with elbows like this, little stuff like that happen. Ref really isn't going to call that unless you really are, you know, sticking it out there, trying to use it as a weapon. But, you know, a little pushing, boom, or, you know, holding the guy for a split second, boom, coming to right hand, or, you know what I mean? Just little stuff like that happens, man. Just my opinion. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm out.